A storyboard is the blueprint of a film. The storyboard is a collection of images used to plan out the story visually. These images are shown in sequential order, depicting the composition, camera movements, and shot flow of scenes and sequences. The storyboard is the place to test out scenes before committing to the time-consuming process of animation. In live action, you can film multiple takes of the same scene and edit the shots later. In animation, it's reversed. The editing process happens during the storyboarding stage, since it would be impractical to animate a single scene multiple times. In animation, being a storyboard artist is like being a cinematographer, since this is where camera movements can be planned out. It's where we can visualize how the scenes will flow in order. Any single shot could be well made, but the most important thing is figuring out how the shots flow together. Before making a storyboard, it's helpful to make thumbnails of your ideas. Thumbnails are very quick drawings of only the most vital information in a scene. Thumbnails should be drawn loose and quick. They can even be stick figures. The most important thing is to test out storytelling visuals like characters, composition, and camera angles. Because thumbnails are small and drawn fast, it's a good idea to draw multiple thumbnails for any given shot in order to pick the best ones. Rotate the camera in your mind and explore different viewpoints and perspectives. Play around with the proportions of a character and think about how much of the body will be shown. Instead of showing a close-up of the whole face, would the shot be more effective if we only saw half the face, revealing something interesting happening in the background? If we have an emotional scene, what happens if we go from a medium shot to an extreme close-up of the character's eyes? Thumbnails are the place to play around with multiple iterations of a shot. If storyboarding is the visualization process for film, sketching thumbnails is the visual process for the storyboard. These rough drawings will be refined later in the storyboard stage. Storyboard artists develop their own individualized working methods. The most important thing is that the storyboard clearly communicates how the story plays out. When you look at a storyboard, you should be able to see the scenes playing in your mind. The posing should be clear. The expressions and acting should be strong. If you're drawing for yourself, mere marks and squiggles may be all you need to indicate complex camera movements and perspectives. The more work you put up front into your storyboards, the smoother the animation stage will be. I repurpose my storyboards as keyframes or layout drawings for animation. It's best to plan storyboards in the same aspect ratio as the final project, such as 16:9 aspect ratio. Vary the composition. It's normally not exciting to have too many medium shots in a row, but don't use distracting shot types just for variety. Think about how the staging impacts the mood or the story. Establish the light source. Consider how separate shots will flow together in sequence. The eye is naturally drawn to the point of highest contrast, so use contrast to guide the viewer's eye to where you want. Keep the 12 principles of animation in mind when storyboarding. If you have strong staging, exaggeration, and appeal in the storyboard, it will make animating run more smoothly. You can always write out your ideas. You don't have to start drawing immediately. Writing down your ideas is a fast way to get stuff out of your brain. You can always draw later. In part 2, we'll cover some camera movement techniques, shot types, and more, so be sure to subscribe. This video is sponsored by a 2D animation course I'm making that you can sign up for at micahbuzan.com/animation course sign up. You'll be notified when the course is released.